days ago, I got a call from a journalist who was asking me that the party, that myself and Honorable Siranda, we sat in a committee of 2, and we have set outrageous nomination fees to lock out people from holding positions in people. We are daily begging people to come and lead this party. Why would we make money stand in their way? No such thing has happened. And in any case, fees are approved by the National Executive Committee. But there are people who sit every day, and you people are, of course, innocent conduits of their rumor mongering. So I see a lot of bogus things written on social media, that now nomination for president of DP is 50 million and so on. What, if even the Electoral Commission doesn't demand 50 million? For me, I will not pay 50 million. If the next say 50 million, I won't pay it. The position of president has a fee because it serves 2 purposes. Our party president is not only leader of the party, but is also our presidential candidate. So that is also primaries, unlike for the other positions. So I wish to stress to members of the media that please call the chief spokesperson of the party instead of spreading rumors, because I stopped respecting you, and I think you want me to respect you. And I'm still around in this country for long. In 10 years, I want to look you in your eye and say, what were you thinking when you were saying those kind of things? I want to respect you. Right from the village to the district, we'll bring this kind of returns. 20 positions, and this is the authentic return with the original signature of the Secretary General. We thank God that he has the signature, which is very difficult to forge. I don't know how he remembers it, but this will be the return for the village. And we will get it from every village in Uganda. This will be the return for the parish, from every parish in Uganda. And this will be the return for the sub-county. And this will be the return from the constituency. And finally, this will be the return from the district. And the district has got a total of 26 positions. So basically, why would anyone even try to cause an uproar, an alarm among our members? DP has been doing this thing since 1954. It is these other new parties that are still struggling how to do things. We have been practicing internal democracy for the last 70 years. We are experts in it. In fact, we are consultants. So, but we are guided by the Constitution. So if the Constitution says you are not qualified for something, blame the Constitution, bring an amendment. Don't blame anybody. And trying to break the Constitution is an offense. That's why we punish defilement. If you purport to carry out functions of a husband and a wife on somebody below 18, you will go to prison. And there's no other evidence which will be required. The only evidence is the one of age. You cannot say, this one is really mature. You can't bring that kind of evidence. So, let us draw a line between the negotiables and non-negotiables. The constitution of DP is non-negotiable. And whatever we have said here is in line with that. So now we go to the composition of those who elect the district leaders. It is called a district delegates conference. That is all members of the district executive committee, the constituency women leaders and their deputies, all constituency youth leaders and their deputies. That is the body, that's the electoral college for the district executive committee, and it includes 3 delegates from each sub-county in the district or constituency, in case of cities. So that is the body which elects the district executive. And then the constituency delegates conference is all members of the constituency executive committee, all the sub-county women leaders and deputy women leaders, all sub-county youth leaders and deputy youth leaders, and the 3 city and 2 rural delegates from every parish. That is the electoral college. Now, all these must be people who are in good standing. That one is non-negotiable. In other words, you must be on the register. Then, we go to the sub-county delegates conference, which is the entire sub-county executive committee, all the parish women leaders and deputy leaders, parish youth leaders and deputy youth leaders, and 3 delegates from every parish. That is the group that elects the sub-county division executive committee. That's their delegates conference. And then it goes to the parish executive committee, which is elected by the parish delegates conference, which is the entire executive of the parish, all the village women leaders and deputy women leaders in that parish, and all the village youth leaders and deputies in that parish, and then 5 delegates from each village in the parish. And then you now go to the village. That's the cell. We call it a village general meeting. And these are the people who sit in it. Chairman and deputy chair, secretary, deputy secretary, treasurer, deputy secretary, organizing secretary, deputy organizing secretary, women leader, deputy woman leader, youth leader, deputy youth leader and secretary, secretary for PWD and deputy, secretary for the elderly and deputy, and then any 5 elected members from the village. That constitutes the executive. But the delegates conference is all the members of the party in the village. So however many you are, if you are 1,000 in a village, all of you are members of the delegates conference. I think there is no better democratic process than the one of DP at that level. So anybody who really wants to build DP should start from the grassroots. Now that we have dispelled some of the bogus rumors that are really malicious, we hope we will now get proper reporting that in DP, the question of who is qualified to make a particular decision is a constitutional matter. I cannot sit with the Secretary General and to arbitrarily announce nomination fees. The only power we have is the power to recommend. And we recommend based on serious thinking. I hope the Office of the National Organizing Secretary will now issue these guidelines in even greater detail. Now remember, the center of all these activities is the National Executive Committee, the national leadership. And I've told my colleagues, the leaders, that given, I would even call it a state of emergency. We are really in a state of emergency as a party. Because there are people who started issuing fake registration books. There are those who are creating parallel processes. So we really have got to have a central command of this process. And I would like to assure the Secretary General, the National Organizing Secretary, and those who are going to be supervising these processes, that you have my full support as President of the party and the full weight and powers of the office of the President of DP solidly behind you. Anybody who is fighting you must know that they are also fighting me directly, because we all swore to defend the DP Constitution. I hope this lays to rest. We started from Nambole. Then after Nambole, we went to Mbale. After Mbale, we came to Katomi in Wakiso. After Wakiso, we went to Gulu. Now, after Gulu, we are going to the west. And wherever we go, we are celebrating those who have sacrificed for this party. This party cannot be held, cannot fit in anybody's briefcase. That's not the DP that I know. Many of you witnessed what went on in Soroti. DP members are not fool. They are very, very intelligent. They are open-minded, and we have got to keep the culture of vibrant debate, so that the younger generation of the Kyrians, those born the Gen Zs, the Kabonges, they have something to inherit. So when you see us defending this party with all our strength, it's because others also defended it. We would not have found it if it was not defended. So the party will do everything in line with the Constitution, and we are the ones with the mandate to organize these processes, and the members are the ones with the power to make their decisions. The Delegates Conference will have all the members of the National Executive Committee as elected. It will have the entire National Council, which means whoever stood on DP ticket for Parliament and all the chairpersons of our district branches. And then we shall have three leaders from the districts. That's the chairperson, woman leader, and youth leader from every district. Then we shall have 2 delegates, male and female, from every constituency. That is the entire National Delegates Conference as per our constitution currently. Now, anybody who thinks that when all those people assemble, they'll make a silly decision is joking. We must be like the real firstborn in Ugandan democracy that I talked to you.
So our roadmap for this purpose actually follows only 2 strategic objectives of the parties. And the first one is to devolve internal democracy. So we are going to do our structures from the village, like the President General has informed you. My job is small because I'm just going to mention the dates. For the village elections or structures, we believe we are actually going to start today up to the end of the week. That is it. So we are giving this exercise 1 week. From the 1st of April today to the 6th of April. Then we move to the next level, which is the parish sub-branch. This one will also take a week, and we'll start on the 7th and end on the 13th. Then we go to the next branch, sub-branch, which is the sub-county. This one will be from the 14th to the 20th of April. Then we move to the next one, which is the constituency. This is on the 21st to the 27th. I just want to emphasize here that it is at this level that you choose the two delegates who will be going to the delegates conference. Are we together? When we are electing our constituency executive, that's the time when we also elect the two delegates to the National Delegates Conference. Then we go to the district branch. This one will do between the 28th of April and the 4th of May. Then, of course, as we are building our leaderships, we also have to look at the national leadership. So, around the 7th of this month, the 7th of April, the Secretary General will write a circular calling for interest for all those who want to participate in the national leadership. You know the positions, the president, vice president, chairman, all of them. They are about 20. They are about 54 positions. So the Secretary General will issue a circular to call for interest, expression of interest. Once all these are received, of course, like the President General mentioned, there may be need for an arbitration mechanism. So between the 21st and 3rd of May, we will put in place processes to look at any issues where something may have gone wrong. How do you get it? Then finally on the 3rd, after we are going through that process, then we will announce, publicize the candidates for the internal positions. Then here, of course, we will go to the delegates conference on the 30th of May. Here you can see from the 3rd up to the 30th of May. Of course, that gives the candidates ample time to engage the electorate. And we will give them a register of the delegates so that they can carry out their campaign. The second objective in our roadmap we are addressing is we want to establish a people-centered democratic and popular party. So this is actually, as a party, we are supposed to compete with the other political parties. So here we actually follow the National Electoral Commission roadmap. So but internally, definitely we'll have to identify our candidates. And this is an exercise we believe that we should identify them as early as possible, not last minute rush. Because once we identify these candidates, we definitely have to train them. And the training basically is not teaching them how to campaign or whatever, no. It is equipping them with a common message so that as a party we move with a common message to the public. Now, of course, we need to participate in the national election, so we need nominations from all levels, from grassroots levels to the top. The first set of nominations is for special interest groups. This is supposed to be around July. So for us, as a party, to ensure that we are prepared, we will call our candidates to show up about a month earlier. So in June of this year, all people who want to participate in special interest groups at the parish level and sub-county level should step forward in June this year. Then at municipality and division level, that will be in July. Then, of course, we have workers. This is at the district level. This one also, we expect them to step forward by July of this year. Then, of course, we have what we call the National Youth Council. The nominations are actually supposed to be in July of this year, in August of this year. They are supposed to nominate in September. So for us, we shall move and have them to nominate. I mean, get step forward in August, so that we have time, a little bit of time to prepare ourselves. Parliamentary is also September, so we need our parliamentary candidates. I can see some of them here. We need to step forward by August and show interest that we want to participate as parliamentary candidates. Then, of course, for president, like the president mentioned, our delegates conference is where we hold our primaries. So we shall come out with the candidates and then take them around, organizing the candidates. So basically, this is what I wanted to share with you. These are our dates, this is our roadmap.